Okay. Sorry. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Is my voice audible? You can, if it's audible and the screen visible, like you can raise your hands. Okay, fine. Thank you. Okay. Anyone wants to talk? You can raise your hands. Okay. So we'll take 2 minutes of time and then start. Before that, we have something here. So yesterday the first session has happened, and these are three sessions which will happen till tomorrow. And from Thursday onwards, it's going to be a paid okay sessions. Okay, so you can enroll if you are willing to. Okay. So you can join the WhatsApp community, which the Logic Labs is maintaining for this one. All the recording sessions as well as the notes will be, accessed. They will be provided, and you can access through their LMS. Logic Lab support team will be available for your any queries from 9 to 7 p.m. in the night. Okay, so these are the information, and you can call on the different numbers which are given over here. Okay. Yes, any questions before that? Any new joinees yesterday, like who haven't joined, but today like they are in, or everyone attended yesterday? If you're attending for the first time, just the second day directly, just please give a hands up on all. It's fine. So this, as I said yesterday, what? So these are the social. You can contact them through various modes. So they are available in the social media as well. You can have a look into this Instagram, website. Okay, good. Going ahead. So any questions, like if you have attended yesterday, any query, any questions regarding yesterday, I can unmute you and we can discuss. If you have anything yesterday's demo, the first session. If you raise your hands, I can unmute you and you can talk. Yesterday, like if you have attended, if you have any questions, you can. Or if you haven't attended, also do let me know. But thanks. It's fine. Yesterday, like we have gone through the Scrum Master training introduction. Like we have plenty of jobs. I mean, there are jobs very good. So like you can expect 1K jobs plus, even if it in a present scenario. So there are more opportunities for the Scrum Master in the market. You have the career growth. Once you become the Scrum Master, you can either move into the senior Scrum Master role. You can become a product owner. You can become a project manager or the agile coach. Like there are so many, avenues where you can, upskill and go in your career. Go into career. There are two types of certifications given by Scrum.org, that is PSM, and from Scrum Alliance we have CSM. They have certain differences. Okay, the only thing which we actually look into is the expiration part. PSM has no expiration, whereas CSM has 2 years expiration. So after every 2 years, you need to renew that. Okay, the cost is going to be little costly here, and the PSM is $200, but at the same time, you need to take the exam. Okay. Whereas in CSM, it's like once you attend the training, the 2 days after the second day, like you'll get the certificate. So that's nothing very, question exam point of view, nothing will be there. So if you are from non-IT background also, yes, you can switch over to this particular role. But yes, I won't say like I won't give a false information saying that this is going to be easy walk, cake walk. No, you need to put efforts. You need to see like you understand everything in with respect to the IT, and then only you make a decision of community. But yes, there is no stop. Like anyone can move into this particular role. Even a IT or a non-IT can work for you. Okay, so that's a good thing. So we have discussed about the waterfall model. We have discussed like where actually waterfall model is going to fail and why agile is coming into picture. We have seen this particular image where each and every process happens after the previous step is the previous process completed. The whole process, if we take, there are certain steps, certain stages where each and every individual stage is performed only when the previous stage is completed, or else it's not going to start. So there is one of the disadvantage is because it takes a lot of time for a finished product to come out and to be in the market. So by the time, let us say like here, if you take for every stage 1 month, okay, by the time it comes to the market, it takes almost 6 months. And maybe by that time, the market might have got so many other products of similar specifications and all. So that's one of the disadvantage you have to be uh, because of this. Like the waterfall model was one of the disadvantage. So they went into agile way of working. Agile is agility. We are talking about agility, flexibility, taking delivering things very fastly as per the changing the requirements of the customers. So we have an agile methodology. Okay, and we have certain frameworks, certain frameworks which are derived from this particular agile methodology. So they take the principles and they have developed their own framework. When I say framework are nothing but a set of rules, set of ideologies, set of things which are to be happened. Okay, so they have certain predefined or mutually agreed upon rules upon which that's going to work on. So Scrum is something which has certain framework. Okay? So Scrum is a framework. Extreme programming, crystal clear, lean, Kanban, everything is a it's a framework. Okay, it's not a methodology; it's a framework. So they have certain things to be done. Okay, so if you are implementing something in your team like a Scrum, then you have to do something. Okay? Because there will be certain conditions, certain set of rules to be followed, certain activities to certain events to be done. Okay, so everything happens. Okay, so Agile is a methodology, whereas all other things come underneath the Agile or the frameworks. Okay, so you have a lot many things, and we are going to study or go through the Scrum, and we'll give in brief. We'll have just information on the Kanban, but we are not going to do in detail study in this particular content. So we have gone through the history of the Scrum, like from where it started. It started in the 1993 with with the, they do the concepts on one of the article called as the new product development game. Okay, and they took this particular Scrum word from the Scrum age, which is a foul in the game called rugby. Okay, so from there, like they have taken this particular word and they have introduced the paper in 1995 in the Uppsala, and in 2001, almost 15 associates together with Jeff Sutherland and Ken Schauber, they have met in a Utah, okay, and they framed this particular Agile manifesto. Okay, so taking into consideration of waterfall, like they formed a community, and with all these things, like taking into consideration the drawbacks of the waterfall, okay, the pitfalls and all everything, they have had a discussion, and they formed this kind of Agile manifesto. Okay, and from there, in 2002, Scrum Alliance was formed. Okay, and 2014 they have presented the paper, the value of the Scrums to the organizations. Okay, and in 2015 you have the fully scalable Scrum to the organization. So from I think 2017 we have the first Scrum guide, and the latest Scrum guide that we have is 2020 Scrum guide. Okay, so I will be giving you the link. You can download it. Not an issue. Okay. So this is brief history in general. So what actually as a Scrum Master is going to do is like the role in general, like if they are the overview, like a Scrum Master role is to facilitate the things, okay, in the teams. Okay, it's he has to be a part of the agile coaching. Okay, he has to support the team, remove the blockers, to he has to maintain the teams, he has to report that to the management. Okay, he should protect the team. Okay, so these are the various roles that we as a Scrum Master is going to play. And if you ask me like where he is going to do, how he is going to do, like this comes as a part of his work, knowingly or unknowingly, is going to do that. Okay, there are no specific things which are attributed, like you need to do like this and all. So as a part of his work, like he will be doing unknowingly, we will be doing subconsciously or consciously, we'll be doing that. But on high level, like Scrum Master does all these type of things. Okay. Okay, then you can ask me like why, how a project manager is different from this particular Scrum Master, how a product owner is different from the Scrum Master. Okay, so because there are so many roles in the organization, right? So the project manager is, to compare with the Scrum Master, is mostly related with the projects from end to end. Okay, the time he gets the statement of work and what to do, till he delivers, till he completes the project, his whole responsibility is that. Okay, the project manager. Whereas Scrum Master, he need not worry about from where he is getting. He need not worry about the stakeholders. He need not worry about the clients and all. Okay. His job is to see like once everything is in place and it is come to his team. Okay, he has to see like how the things are getting done by the team members. How he has to help the people there. How he has to manage the stakeholders. Okay. So in this way, like the Scrum Master role is limited to the team, okay, whereas project manager role is limited on the big, in a bigger picture to higher level to the project level. Okay, so we can say Scrum Master role is little bit not that with a full of responsibilities. Okay, so you are if you are into the Scrum Master role, probably yeah, you will be feeling a little less responsibility compared to a project manager. Okay, so that's there. Okay. So anything, any questions that you have here till now? Because we have discussed yesterday on this thing. You can raise your hands. I can. You have any questions? Are you able to understand till now here? Like, or anything that you want to communicate? You can raise your hands in between. Okay, fine. So yes, okay. This till now, like this is fine because you may be able to understand. Yeah, how the Scrum got evolved. What does a Scrum Master do in on the high level? Okay, not going into the deep. But what actually happens in the Scrum? Okay, what is actually Scrum is all about, and what are the things which are present in the Scrum, and what, as a team member, as a Scrum Master, they have to do. Okay, in Scrum, we have in general 5 events. Okay, please understand. Anyhow, like we are going to discuss in detail once we get into the for the fourth day or the fifth day or the course when it starts. But in general, on the higher level, I'm going to say that what actually is all about this. Okay, how Scrum is going to work and what the Scrum Master role is there here. Okay, so there are 5 events in the Scrum. Okay, there are 5 events in the Scrum. There are 3 roles in the Scrum. Okay, and these 5 events in the Scrum are, the first one is sprint planning. You have the daily Scrum, you have the sprint review, and you have retrospective meeting, and all together is called as a sprint. Okay, so these are the 5 events. Okay, the sprint is a container event. And what do you mean by container event? Let's go with the sprint. The sprint is a container event. When I say container event, see, my coaching is for 20 days. But for 20 days, there are so many things which will happen. Okay. So it is a container of all these activities. Okay, so that you hope you understand. The container event is nothing but which contains all this which happened during this particular time duration. So in the 1 month sprint, so many things happen. So many activities are being, scheduled. So if you take winter, okay, there are so many things happen in the winter. You have a Christmas, you have holidays, you have so many festivals coming up. So these are nothing but winter is a container event where the individual things are going to happen. Okay. So understand the sprint is a container event. Okay. Next thing that comes is the sprint planning. Okay, very good. Now you said like you are having one sprint of for 1 month duration, but what to work in this particular sprint? Then the question arises, the event associated with that one. So we have an event called a sprint planning where we sit, okay, where Scrum Master, the development team, and the product owner are going to sit together, understand the requirements of the customer, and see like what are the things which they can deliver in this particular 1 month sprint. Okay. So that is the planning part which happens. How they do the planning, how they are assigning the task to the individual team members, or how they are taking the task. So these are all the things which happen in the sprint planning meeting. Okay. So who are the persons who will be present in this meeting? One is a scrum master, that is you. You will the product owner is going to be there. Okay, and this developers team, development team. Okay, three people, three roles are there. As I said, three roles. Then the next question is, who is a product owner? A product owner is a person who has a very good knowledge or the information or on the particular product. Okay, let us say if you want to develop a mobile app, okay, an app which delivers maybe like a medicines or any food app or something like that. The product owner is a person who has a knowledge in and out of that particular app. Okay, he knows each and everything. Okay, so he will be the person who can, takes the information from the stakeholders and, he will provide you whatever necessary information that you require for you to work on. So in general, on the high level, the product owner is that guy. Okay. So he will be the person who can assign the work if needed. He will be the person who can clarify the doubts of the development team. He will be the person who will be a bridge between the stakeholders and you. Okay. And the development team. Okay. So he's the one who does this all this. As a Scrum Master, what you will be doing in the sprint planning then? You will be not coding anything. You will be not working on the tasks which are assigned in the sprint planning. Either you will be communicating to, higher management on this one. You will be just facilitating the events. Okay. You will be helping the events happen here. Okay. So you, as a Scrum Master, your job or your role is to make this sprint plan happen for 8 hours, make the people come over here, form certain ground rules. Okay, say that this is going to be happening and you should all be there. Okay, so he will be the person who facilitate the event. Okay, so as a scrum master, that is your job. So we have the sprint planning on the day one. We have the daily scrum, which happens every day for 15 minutes. What do you mean by daily scrum? Daily scrum is nothing but a daily stand-up call. Okay, where the individual team members are going to come and give, they are going to give you a like on the status on what they are working on and what the problem that they are having if they are having any problems. Okay, so if you say the daily scrum, it is mentioned like 15 minutes in the mandatory attendees, but the developers are the persons who are going to be there in this scrum. Okay, in this meeting, daily scrum meeting, you can't see, you are not able to see the product owner here, you are not able to see any scrum master here, blue color or green color persons here. Okay, so it is purely for the developers to see to organize this event. Okay, Scrum Master is just responsible to create an event for the people, but after that, it is not mandatory for him to be there in the meeting. Okay, you will just facilitate if needed, or else give them the responsibility to handle. But so this is the second event in the daily Scrum, which happens every day for all the weeks. Okay, if it is a 1 month sprint for 4 weeks, it is going to happen. Got it? So one event is planning, where everything will be planned, where you will be deciding on what tasks you need to take, okay, who is to work on what and all, the assignment part, the complexity of the tasks, and everything will be discussed in the planning. Then you have daily scrum, like once you have worked on it, you are going to say your status. The review part. Review is nothing but where you are going to showcase what you have worked upon. Okay. So it is going to be a working software demonstration. It's a working demo. Okay. So you're not just showcasing the PPTs or the documents or something like that. You need to show what you have developed actually and how it is working online. So let us say like customer has given you to develop a website which is similar to Amazon. Then you need to show him how actually your website is going to look like. What happens when you log in? What happens when you order something? What happens when you click on the add to cart button? So everything should be visible. It is not that you just give a PowerPoint presentation and say that, "Hey, it is working like that. Probably next, like after a few days, we'll show it again." No, it's not going to be that. So review meeting is purely to showcase to show how your software is working. If it is not working properly, then there is not a correct actual meeting happening, the review meeting happening. Okay. Again, here the Scrum Master is going to facilitate this one. Product owner is going to be there. Development team is going to be there. Scrum Master is going to be there. And you see the black person, black figure, that is the stakeholders are going to be there because they are the customer, they are the client. They need to know like how actually these people are working and how, whether it is as per their expectations. Okay. So we have four here. Okay. So as a Scrum Master, your job is to again, yes, facilitate this event, call them for the meeting, okay, schedule this particular thing, okay, see that, take the feedback from the customers or the stakeholders, record that particular information, okay, and provide the feedback to the development team if needed, okay, send mails to the team. So this is how actually happens in the sprint review. This happens a day before the release, okay. Let us say Friday is the last of the month of the last of the sprint. A day before that, the review happens. Customer gives you the feedback, says, "Okay, this is okay. You can release it. You can move it to the production, or you can do it whatever." If he's not happy, he's going to say, "Roll back. Please work on it again. Let us see for the next sprint." So this is the crucial for working of the for the next steps ahead. Okay. Next, we have retrospective meeting. Once your release is done and you are all happy, and you feel like there is something which is but at the same time, there should have been so many things which happened during the sprint. Maybe some of the team members are not working properly, or you didn't get something help from the infra team. Some backend people haven't helped you along. So there could be so many issues where you felt like it shouldn't happen. Because of that, there was some delay or something happened. So sprint retrospective meeting is to retrospect. It is to think about what happened badly or what happened nicely. Okay, it is something like in general in our families, like you see, right, you have a family function happening, you organize everything, you have a certain all the relatives or all the friends, family friends and coming up, they have a very good participation. After that, once everyone gone, like you all sit together with your family member and discuss like what actually went well, how the people felt over there, how the friends families felt over there. Did you provide everything in time? Okay, did the catering people come in time? Okay, did the decoration people come in? And look, you will be discussing, you will be having a thorough discussion, and you feel like for the next time we may continue these people or we may not continue with this. Or so, like you will come to those type of discussions. Here also in the retrospective meeting, all the people are going to sit together, okay, and they are going to discuss on what actually went well and what went wrong and where we need to improve. Are there any ways of doing something different so that everything is in place? So this type of things happen in the retrospective. So this is the last event which happens. Okay, and the container event is one which holds all these activities. So if I say sprint, the first question is okay. Your sprint is of how much duration? Then you will say it's a 2 week duration or it's a 4 week duration. Okay. So my sprint is for only 2 weeks. That means within 2 weeks, 2 weeks you need to do all these four events and complete it. Okay, that's why it's called as an agile because you need to be very quick. You need to give it faster rate. Okay, not like a traditional waterfall where you take a lot of time and deliver it after so many months. Here it's going to be very quick, and that we can see in our mobiles. The updates happening, the notifications that you get in your mobile from the Play Store saying that you need to update. So these are because of the way they are working with Agile or some other okay framework that they are using under the Agile. Okay. So what not? I mean, this is in general the Scrum which is having all these type of things. As a Scrum Master, You need to be there at each and every event, see that this is happening as per the guidelines. Okay, now who said like this should happen for 8 hours? Now, who said this like this should happen? The daily scrum should happen for 15 minutes. Why it can't be more than that? Okay, why it can't be for 1 hour? Because we have a team, right? We have 5 to 6 people, team members, each one explaining his status. So it may take more than that. Then who decided this 15 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes? No, our gods who wrote the Scrum guide, Jeff Sutherland and Ken Schauber, okay, and the people who were there in the discussion, they have formulated, okay, they have made it as a mandatory, saying that, if this particular event is there, this has to happen for this many number of hours. Okay. If the daily scrum is there, this has to be very brief. Okay. They are more interested in the work rather than the discussions, communication. Okay. Communication in the sense, unnecessary communication. Okay. As well in the review parts and the retrospective parts. So the fruitful things happen only within shorter duration. Okay. So, everything, the timelines and all are being prescribed in the Scrum guide, and according to that, these are being scheduled. This will happen. Okay, good. Any questions over here? I give a pause for 1 minute. You can ask any questions you have. Uh, is it okay? Are you able to understand it, or is you can raise your hands if you okay. Fine. So, in general, like if you see this particular diagram of Scrum, okay, it is like a type of cycle thing which happens. A cycle in the sense like iteration or something like which is happening round. Okay. So don't worry about the terminology, like what are these and all. That's okay. So the sprint planning, I start here. You have a scope definition. You have some backlog is nothing but list of work, list of items that are to be worked. Okay. So you have the planning happening. Then you'll start the sprint. Okay. Then you'll select some of the items from the product backlog to the sprint. We will discuss about that in the future, in the next classes. Then every day, like you have a daily scrum, then you have a review meeting happening, and then you at the last you'll have a retrospective meeting. After that, you'll get the usable software which will be in the production. So it's just a diagram where you need to understand like this is going to be a little bit of a snail type of thing, but it's very quick in gentle. Okay. Yes. Okay, so the Scrum values and all, like we will not worry about that. So today, just because like Agile is the main thing, Agile manifesto is the one like which led to uh, all these type of frameworks, right? So we need to understand or taking this as the base. Okay, so there are so many frameworks that have been developed. So there are in the Agile manifesto. Okay, we have 12 principles and 4 values. Taking this into consideration, they have developed their own frameworks. Okay, so whatever, as a Scrum Master, are going ahead, if you're going to become a Scrum Master in future also, you need to know the 12 principles and the 4 values. I generally, it's not necessary that you should by heart or you should remember all the 12 principles of the Agile. Okay, you should be aware of at least 3 to 4 Agile principles. Okay, and the 4 values are easy to remember. That's okay. But in the 12 principles, you need to at least remember a few of the things which interviewer is going to ask. Okay, because anyhow, like everyone knows, like it's very difficult for everyone to remember all the 12 principles. But from interview perspective, at least 4 is okay. Okay. So these are very even simple to understand, easy to remember. Okay, but try to remember only 4. Fine. So we will go ahead with one of the first principle. and understand each and everything. See, uh, the first one is the highest priority is to satisfy the customer through the early and continuous delivery of valuable software. Okay, so what actually was the wrong with the traditional waterfall? They were not satisfying the customer. Okay, and that too, that was not a very early one. They want to, okay, they now satisfying the customer in the sense like if any requirement that has come in between the process, they used to stop it there itself and say that we are not going to do here, we will do it later. Okay, so that's going to be the thing. So the highest priority in this case, as per the agile, is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable software. Okay, so it's like you should not keep them waiting. Okay, and the way you deliver the things should be, it's not, uh, it should be continuous. Okay, that means like your business runs because of him, so you should give highest priority to this particular customer. And because it's agile, okay, it's a continuous process, so you will be delivering as per the market needs continuously. It's not like one shot done, no. So as per the changing requirement, because the changes do happen, the frequent changes are there, so there will be a continuous delivery of the things. Okay, and again, it is not just a software; it is a valuable software. What do you mean by valuable software? Okay, software that has a certain value in the business, in the market. Okay, so because the customer has asked you to deliver something, and if you have just coded something and made it to work, and by the time it comes to the market, it is not performing as it should be, then that's a failure from the your end. Okay? So you should make sure that the value, the software that you're delivering is a valuable one. It should be yearly one. Why I say yearly? Because you're in the market. You should not make it late. Okay. Yearly is the one which is very important. And a continuous delivery should happen. And that should be your highest priority. Okay. Next thing. Hope you're able to understand the first point. Any questions here? Do you have any? You can raise your hands if you have any questions. Right. I will be touching only four principles today. Yeah. Okay. Today. So I don't want to bombard you with all the things out. Okay. Um, next. So again, welcome changing requirements even late in the development. Okay. Agile processes harness the change for the customer's competitive advantage. Okay. So even if there is something late in the development, you have started working on the product, you have started coding on it, and the customers come to you and ask for something to be implemented or add an extra feature to that. And if you don't reciprocate, if you don't acknowledge that, okay, then you are at a other end, you'll be losing the business. So you should welcome, you should accept, you should acknowledge those changing requirements of the customer. Okay, and even wherever stage you are, okay, acknowledge that, try to incorporate if possible in this particular sprint. If not, convince him and say that like, you're going to do that very soon in the next 15. Okay. So because agile processes, they try to take this advantage, the competitive advantage of the customer, and that's how they are going to run the business. So that's going to be helpful both the customer as well as to the organization which is implementing. So competitive advantage is one of the important thing that is the agile takes care of. Okay. So hope you are able to understand. Okay. Yes, please. Uh, yes, you can talk. Satya Samaved.
Yeah, hi. So
Yes.
if you talk about the previous point, the point number two, welcome changing requirements. I mean,
Hmm.
but who would prioritize the backlog? It's not definitely the Scrum Master, right?
Yes, yes. He's not the Scrum Master. Scrum Master role is minimal in the prioritization. Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, this is on in general and high level, taking just as an organization point of view, and the customer coming to the organization for this to implement. Okay. So in Agile, you should welcome his requirements at any stage, okay, so that he will have an advantage in the market. So that's what in general. But when you come into the Scrum, who has this particular backlog, the prioritization part, or who is taking care of this thing, we will discuss in the coming classes.
Okay, makes sense.
Yes. Right. So it's the whole discussion is on the higher level where organization and customer, the people and the customer, okay, and the business and the customer. So this is all about that. Okay. Next, you have the deliver the working software frequently from a couple of weeks to a couple of months with a preference to the shorter time cycle. So that's one thing, right? We have to deliver software frequently, true, but what software? That should be working software. As we said, the working software is very important to the customer because we should not give them the documentation. We should not give any uh, PowerPoint presentation saying that it's going to no. We should deliver something which has such a certain value. Okay. And the time duration for this could be from weeks to months. Okay. Couple of months in the sense weeks to 1 month. Okay. So, and the preference should be given to the shorter time cycle. So better give to shorter time cycle, maybe 1 month in if you compare it with 5 to 6 months, or if you're taking that in a weeks, better take it 2 weeks and do it. Okay. Of course, there are sprints for 1 month, 1 week also, but that doesn't deal any value. It's going to be very, people are going to burn out themselves to do that. But 2 week sprint is okay, and 4 week sprint. Okay. So in that way, like you can choose the shorter time cycle so that you are delivering software, which is a working software, and that too frequently. So if, the frequency is one important thing in the agile. Okay. You should be inconstant and a continuous delivery that should happen. So for the continuous delivery, the frequently it should happen. Okay. Next. Business people and developers must work together daily throughout the project. Now, when I say daily throughout the project, first question comes to our mind is, yeah, in the daily scrum, I haven't seen any business people coming over here. If you see the PowerPoint present, this one, so yes. In the daily scrum, you don't see any developer talking to the stakeholders, right? Okay. So, what is agile way? They say that mm, the business people, okay, and the developers. So business people is the representative from the business people, a product owner, okay, could be one person or anyone who has a knowledge on that particular business can be, work together with these developers daily, and of course, till the project gets completed. So that is why, because like it is expected that the interaction which happens between them will be very helpful to the developers. Okay, they can clarify so many doubts, so many, whatever questions or whatever things that they have. Okay, so this clarification helps them for a smooth working of the project. So this should happen throughout the project, not only that just happens for on the first day of the sprint, and you will not if you don't meet the business people, it's going to something different altogether. So it is expected that the communication is happening between them daily, okay, and throughout the project. So in our Scrum case, probably the product owner is aware of what these people are doing through daily Scrum. Okay, maybe like there are certain tools where they will update their work status. Right, we have some tools called as Jira. Okay, so in there, like he may just log in and see like how the people are performing. Okay, he will come to know. Or if he has any issues, or if he feels like there's something has to be prioritized, they can communicate. So that's what the fourth point says. They should be working together in the sense they should be having a constant touch, communication happening between them very frequently and throughout the project. So they are not deviating from. Okay. 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 I just thought of four, but okay, we'll just take it five. Okay. Build projects around motivated individuals. Okay. Give them the environment and support they need and trust them to get the job done. That's what important thing, right? You need to build the project I don't know the motivated individuals. Okay. So if you're selecting a team of members who are working on this project, they should be self-motivated first. Okay. If you're now, if the individuals are not happy about the project, they are not happy about the way they are working, then the project was going to be a scrap. Give me a minute. So this should be for the motivate. The project should happen or should be developed by this individual motivated individuals. Okay. And of course, it's not that they are they have the self motivation and they are very good at the work and all. But you should also, your organization should also provide them the environment. Okay. If your work culture is very toxic, okay, if there is always a backbiting happening in your organization, everyone is blaming one another, okay, then that's not going to work. Okay, if there is no positive environment over there, okay, the individuals will be demotivated. They will lose interest in the work. Okay, and so that's why like you need to give them the environment and the support they need, and also the trust. You should have the trust among them on them, right? So they will get the job done very easily. So these are the things which the Agile says. So before the Scrum or Camel or any other framework came into existence, the Agile, they have formulated these 12 principles. Okay. From here, these people have taken few of the things which they want and form the frameworks. So in tomorrow's class, in the session, the last third session, it's going to happen tomorrow, three sessions. So we will continue with the next Agile principles and values. And the fourth, from Thursday onwards, is going to be paid one. You can enroll and you'll have it. Okay. So any questions still here? I can take it up. Any doubts? Anything on the? Okay, fine. So we'll close the class in the session today. Tomorrow at same time we'll meet at 9 o'clock. For any questions, you can ask tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Fine. Thank you.